Hey, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. Today I'm going to tour you around my tiny classroom that I have set up for our virtual learning from home experience. I wanted to do the best that I could and provide the most that I could for my kids. We are all on different levels of life. Some people may have more to offer, some people may have less. So just take what you can from this video, utilize it the best way for you, and hopefully we will all have wonderful school years for our children this year. Some of you may be already going back face-to-face learning. Some of you may be doing a blended, and some may be doing full-time virtual. I elected to do virtual learning the entire year. We will possibly be moving and there's some other things going on, so it was the best fit for my family. But in case you're doing any learning from home, some of this may be useful. If you are doing full-time learning from home, you may definitely find some of this useful. If not, thank you again for stopping by and checking it out, and I hope you enjoy the tour. So as we enter the classroom, this sign was a part of a cutout with all these other signs and decor. I bought it just from Amazon. The calendar was separate, and this cursive writing strips were separate, but the rest of the cutouts came together in one thing that I ordered from Amazon. This shelf is an old shelf we've had. I covered it with extra contact paper. We have a TV that's an extra TV with an Apple TV connected that allows me to do presentations for them and play any videos the teachers would like me to play. This table I basically made. It's a folding table. I screwed down pieces of an old shelf, like wooden pieces, wrapped it in contact paper to make it look nice, set up my computer, a couple of little decorations. And I used the same contact paper on the bulletin board, which is quite wrinkled, but it's fine. I'm going to add wording there that says the best part of my classroom are the people in it, or the students in it, or something like that. I think it's the people in it, but either way, yeah, then I have my kids there. So I thought that would be really cute to add with that. And yeah, these desks are amazing. They're from Amazon. They have adjustable height legs on the chair and the table so that you can get just the perfect comfortable setup for your kids. Inside this drawer, I just tried to make sure they have what they might need to get started. I have a different notebook for each subject, and I just set them up for the next day, and I put them in order of schedule. So this will be the first one, the second one, I think you get it. So just, little things like that help you stay organized and help your mornings go easier. I also have a little planner I picked up at Walmart that helps with that as well. Hey, so I'm glad that you enjoyed the tour of my tiny little classroom. I save my photos from a PowerPoint. So I create a PowerPoint that has the assignments for each time block on each slide, and I save them as individual photos. Then I save those photos to the shared iCloud photos. So for an Apple user, you can come down here to your iCloud photos, open up your album, and then I have all of my slides right here on my TV screen so that I can have it up and ready to go when the kids come in. And they each have their own column for their assignment, so they know exactly what they're working on. It's the title shows what block we're in for that time, writing, and then each writing assignment. And it's just a really great way for them to both see what's going on. They each have their own column for their personalized assignments, and as things get more difficult, I think it will come in handy. Right now, things are pretty smooth and simple because we just started. This is day 3. We just completed day 3. But overall, I think it's a really great way to use, it's kind of being used as like a whiteboard, blackboard situation. It's just a good way for me to share information with them that they can easily have their notebooks out. Okay, we're doing writing. They have their writing notebook out, and they get, what am I doing? It's just nice to be able to look up at the screen and be able to read it for themselves. It's just something to kind of create a little bit more independence for them. Aside from the Apple TV, because I know that doesn't work for everyone, I tried to be quick about it, but it is very exciting. I was excited about that. I think the overall most important thing that this video can display is the designated learning space. Because if you don't have an actual room, like I have a small room as an office that works great for this, not everybody has that. Not everybody has an extra bedroom or an extra spare room that they can clear out and create a classroom in. And if you can't, I mean, most of us can't, try to find at least something that creates a designated space. You know, a lot of people are going to be at a kitchen table or somewhere that's also shared, like a shared space. If you're using a shared space, I would suggest coming up with something you can hang up on the wall or clear off or put on the table, something that you can do that is simple, that kind of slightly changes something in the room so that when the kids see it, it's school time. Okay, like say you have a centerpiece on your table, maybe remove it during school time. Maybe hang up, something that says classroom or class time, just a little sign, and tack it on the wall, and you can take it down when you're not in class. Some sort of visual reminder, even if it's small, to let them know this is class time. This is class time. Because when they see that visual reminder, as the year goes on, they're going to make that connection. Like, oh, the centerpiece is off the table, we're getting ready to do school. Or, oh, the sign's up, it's class time, learning time. Anything that can kind of just really help tie that connection together and help them understand this is learning time, this is focus time, this is what we're doing, it's classroom, it's school. It's hard to do that from home, and if you had to switch to work from home, you probably understand that if you can provide any sort of designated space or item or something that just really helps you understand this is work. Because kids are used to going to school and then coming home, and home is just play, home is relaxation, maybe homework, but it's mostly related to eating, family time, play time, and not so much of a focused on a learning time. So as long as you can designate some sort of space, create some sort of visual cue, that's really going to help your child psychologically stay focused, okay? So just do the best you can with what you have, even if you just write a little sign, says class is in session, and tack it on the wall of your living room or dining room or wherever you may be. Something like that can be very helpful. As well as being prepared. If you were just to wake up in your pajamas and sluggishly go sit on the couch with your laptop and go get, on your job, you're not going to just like wake up and roll out of bed and get in a Zoom call with meetings with your boss and coworkers, right? People aren't going to do that. You're going to make yourself somewhat presentable, correct? And that's something we need to teach our kids. They've never been in this situation before. So having them stay in pajamas and sit on the couch on an iPad or a tablet or a lap, it's just, they do that as well. How are they going to separate that in their mind from a Saturday morning hanging out on the couch, lounging around when it's a day off school, playing games on their computer or tablet, versus sitting on the couch in their pajamas on a weekday trying to do school? See, they're too similar. So whatever you can do to just separate school from play, because we're all stuck in the house, so it's like we really got to be sure we're separating work and play, school and play, and making sure it's legit, okay? So I get myself up and dressed, and then I make some breakfast, I get them up, fed, and dressed, and we come into the classroom dressed and ready for the day, already had their breakfast fed, so they're good to go. It's just important to do your morning routine before school starts. Be in your designated area, have your visual cue, or in your little classroom, whatever situation you have your kids and yourself dressed, fed, ready when that time starts. So that way your kids are fed, they're dressed, they're focused, they know it's school time, they're ready to go, and when those Zoom calls and those Google Meets and those Google Classrooms open back up, they're ready. They know the deal. They're set up to succeed, just set them up for success the best way that you can. And if you're able to be the one that is staying home with them, thank God that some of us are blessed enough to do so, because I believe they really need it. We act as a teacher's aide. I'm saying, to myself, to ready myself and get excited, because I've actually always wanted to be a teacher's aide. It's something I may still pursue, but it's like, set up my classroom and I get to be a little teacher's aide to my kids. This is a dream come true. And, I'm just getting geeked and excited and hyped up and preparing and readying myself to be able to take care of all of it and enjoy it and make it wonderful. And just to accept the blessing. So yes, I just think of yourself as a teacher's aide, because the teacher's still setting up the plans. The teacher's still providing the learning material and information. I'm just here to be sure they're actively listening, actively participating, and to help and explain and teach any issues they may have. Of course, the teacher is going to be there on certain days as well, and they can always reach out to the teacher for assistance, but to have a parent or guardian of some sort that is there, or a tutor, someone that's there personally one-on-one with them, to just come over and maybe, write on a scrap piece of paper, this is how you do this, or just to give them additional guidance, to aid the teacher, assist the teacher, and give that face-to-face guidance to your child. So think of yourself as a teacher's aide and be excited about it. I also want to just thank you for taking the time sitting here. If you've made it this far, I love you, I appreciate you, and hopefully you gained some kind of idea. It doesn't have to be the same idea as mine, but maybe you saw something that was like, hey, I could do something a little different, in a similar way, or if I sparked any creativity or idea, that was the goal of the video, just to help you come up with your way of schooling your children the best way possible. I would also like to talk about the takes a village, it takes a village phrase. That's a phrase people say so often. And a lot of times I hear it used in reference like people needing help and additional people just to help watch and raise the children. But I think that we could look at it a little deeper than that, especially with everything going on in this world right now. When you think about it takes a village, I think about loving and caring about everyone and your neighbors as if they're your family. Just genuinely caring and loving your neighbors and their children, and keeping an eye out. There's children being abducted, there's children being abused, there's children being neglected. If you see anything weird, please don't hesitate. Don't hesitate, because there is a lot of children not going to school now that don't have a way to reach out for help. It bothers me every day. I pray about it every night. And I wouldn't even begin to come up with a number. It's hard to even imagine. It gives me chills, to be honest. It's sad and it really breaks my heart. But there are children mistreated. They have no rights. They're not supported well. Children are really stuck relying on their parents and their guardians, their parental figures, and if they are failing them and they're the ones doing the abusing or the neglecting, it makes it very hard when they're not going to school for someone else to notice and to do something to help them. A lot of times they don't know, they're just kids. They don't know what to do. They trust and love their parents even if they're being abused, even if they're being neglected. It's still their home. It's all they know. And it's, teachers are trained. They know what to look for. And it's just something that I think when you think of it takes a village, I think it's something that we all need to keep our ears and eyes open for. A lot of these kids, there's going to be kids, a lot of them that are just probably going to endure more abuse because of the frustration of trying to teach your children. It is frustrating. You have to have a lot of patience. I have a lot of patience. I get excited more than I do frustrated, but there's still obviously things that become frustrating. I would be lying if I said I didn't get frustrated. It is there's going to be times when things are frustrating. It's just going to happen, especially if you have more than one child you're teaching. So just try to stay patient, try to stay calm, always think with love and support. That's going to get you so far. Losing your cool, flipping your lid, freaking out, that's like backpedaling. You can't do that. Really stay calm, stay cool. And if you notice anything is strange, don't be hesitant to call authorities or go yourself. If it's not that severe, but you're just curious, maybe bake something or come up with a little goodie bag, a gift bag that you can come by as a friendly neighbor and basically do your own welfare check. You can't just barge into someone's house, but you could easily, as a neighbor, attempt to knock on the door to give someone a candle or some sort of, little scented soap. I don't know, anything. Any kind of little neighborly kind of gift that you could say, we're all stuck in the house because of COVID, and I thought I'd bring you a little gift, because genuinely it's nice to do those things. And at the same time, if they open your door, you kind of get an idea and a little peek inside to see what's going on. Maybe that will ease your mind, let you know you don't need to worry, or maybe something will spark as pretty strange and you'll feel like you do need to call authorities. So if you feel something's off, though, we really got to all be looking out for all of the kids right now. We have to be looking out for all of them. Okay, you see that a kid's been outside all day. Will you be sure to offer them some water, a snack, offer them to have lunch outside, like a picnic. I'm a little iffy and weary about my kids going in other people's homes and other people's kids coming in my homes because I have trust issues. But there's nothing wrong with, when the weather's nice, sitting outside and having a little picnic and enjoying the neighbor kids to come. If they've been outside for that long, there's a reason why they're not going home. Just take that into consideration. Give them a safe place, because they don't have school. And some kids, their only safe place was school. And they don't have it right now. So we really got to look out for each other and help provide that for those who don't have it. And just don't hesitate to call authorities if you know something is wrong. Don't go around calling, like a nosy Nancy, or, coming in there like a Karen, or don't call and complain on everybody for every little thing. I don't want people doing that. But if you know something is wrong, this child is, you can physically, if you know something is wrong, just do something. Find out and then do something. Stop by somehow. Just pay close attention if something is suspicious, and if there's really something going on there, please, for that child's sake, call authorities. Because I would much rather have the nuisance of a child welfare check than a child dying from neglect and abuse. And it happens. It happens. So just keep that in mind. It takes a village. We all have to look out for each other. Watch out for the children. Keep an eye on the children everywhere, not even just your neighborhood. People are snatching up children. Just keep your kids close, love them, watch the other ones too, and let's all look out for each other and love each other, because times are crazy right now. Not just with the virus, but everything. Times are crazy, and all we got to keep focusing on loving everyone, every single human being, okay, regardless of background or where they come from or anything. Just love them all as if they're your family, okay? That's what's going to get us through this. So I hope you found anything insightful in here, useful, and I hope you enjoyed my tour. Sorry for my ending to be a little bit oof, but that's just a topic I wanted to address because it does hit home, and it's something I want all of us to keep in our minds and pay attention to. So I love you all, and thank you for joining me. Have a blessed day.